This movie does make me wonder, does everyone have that breaking point? And I hope people don't take it that far. Chase Lehocky here with the Blue Futon reviewing The Passenger. So what's about? Pretty simple premise. We're following two people. One of them went on a kind of a murder rampage and just kind of had enough with life and seen this one guy just take shit after shit after shit after shit, not standing up to himself. So now they're going on this adventure to have this guy kind of stand up for himself and not be in this rut. But the person he's with that's trying to help him is kind of has the same issues on his own and is on a murderous rampage. So, do you like this film? I thought it had enough grit and grime for this movie to make it go places, but it is kind of a low budget movie, and I feel like it simmered when the ending credits rolled. So, what I like about this film? I really thought it was a well crafted movie and down to earth. I say grounded down to earth a lot, but this one, I noticed a lot of stuff where there was like zero CGI, zero screen. What do I mean by that? I kind of get tired of when we're following people in cars, you just see the green screen in the windows over and over again. Here, it is not that. Every time they're in the car, they're actually in the car on a road, on a service road, on the highway. And you're like, yep, this is really happening. I actually believe they are in the environment they are in. So I think this is the director of The Ruins, and he kind of did the same thing with that one, where he's very much use the landscape you're in. Why use a soundstage when we have the world at our disposal? And I really enjoyed that as a whole. I do think this story also is, it makes you think. It makes you think of when should you stand up? Should you stand up at this moment of time? Or should you always live on your knees, if you want to put it that way? And I think this one kid did because he just felt hopeless of an accident that occurred in the past. And he is thinking that what he did in the past and all the shit that is coming down on him right now is deserved because karma is at his doorstep. But does that really need to occur? Do people really need to hold those grudges and or grudges? But do they need to just go to the person and be like, look, I'm sorry, I ruined your life, or I messed up, and take that weight off your shoulders? So I do like that aspect. When the violence is happening in this movie, it's gritty, it's real, it's a lot of oh shit moments, especially the very beginning in a burger store. You're like, oh shit. Then you have something that happens in a parking lot. Then you also have something that happens at the very end. There are very different aspects of this film of where we're going to this shopping mall, we're going to this burger joint, we are going to this person's house, we're going to this school, and there are interesting developments throughout each location. If I had to say some negatives, I think the main guy that's doing the violence, his story, I wish they expanded it a little bit more because there's something that happens in a elementary school parking lot and it shows that something might have occurred in the past, but I don't know if we are supposed to know what occurred. If I had to take a guess, it had to do with some kind of sexual assault. If I had to take a guess, it could just maybe be a grudge, but the way this character was acting, that's where my mind was going, but it really doesn't expand on that. And you can say, like I said, the third act is kind of underwhelming, where you know exactly where the story's going to go. You know for a fact when he reaches the diner, something's going to occur, this guy's going to do something, and that is how the ending is going to happen. Which, is that a bad thing? No, because with a story like this is the only way to really end it. To make it, you can kind of say a happy story, even though this movie really isn't a happy movie. It is a movie about regret. It is a movie about decisions. It is a movie about forgiveness. It's all those combined, and it does make you think, what have I done in the past? Have I hurt anyone? And do I need to do anything to fix that relationship? So maybe it fixes them as well as fixes me to think, you know what? I'm ready to move on. So overall, The Passenger is a well-crafted movie, well-written, and well shot. I enjoyed the realness of it. I enjoyed that there was no sound screen, no CGI. And if you could say there are some negatives, I do think some characters, even though they're in the foreground, they're not given enough depth to make me think, I wonder where he actually is going. And some sideline stories or side missions, if you want to put it that way, especially with the girlfriend in the mall, it felt like it could have maybe stepped it up, like maybe in the third act, but it kind of just concludes at the second act. But if you can find this, I do recommend it. The Passenger will receive a 4 out of 5 Blue Futons, which equals that 80%. See the critics' news scores gave this one. So you have critics at 81% with 26 of them, audience score 64% with no critic score or audience score. So anyway, 80, 81, 64. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One other thing is Bhutontopia. You Bhutons, have a great day. Not care about just say tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now. I love every single freaking one of you. But seriously, don't go on a murderous rampage. And don't be a bully. Don't be a dick in life. That is my moral of the story. Don't be an asshole. And there's a lot of assholes.